All right. So, at the top of your screen, I know you can't see it, but there's about here, above there, it says indicators. So if you click that, it brings up this indicators and strategies. It's got a little symbol of an F and an X next to it. In there, you will type in Bollinger. And there's loads of different ones. Bollinger Band width, Bollinger Band percentage band, Bollinger Band strategy directed, and Bollinger Band strategy. Quite simply, you just want Bollinger Bands. Okay? And then it brings up this crazy mess. You haven't won yet. It's still got tomorrow to go yet, Van Leswer. We've still got tomorrow to go. Okay. So it brings up this crazy mess and you're thinking, I ain't got a clue what this is. So we're going to go through it step by step. Okay, so you have 3 lines. Have I taken the... Yes, I have. I've taken the EMAs off to make it easy. You have the upper Bollinger line. You have the lower Bollinger line, and then you have this middle line, which is called the moving average. It's really, really that simple. You then have this crazy background color, and then you've got a green line at the top, green line at the bottom, and a red line in the middle. I don't like that. That doesn't bode well for my brain. So what I do here is I click on style, and then you've got a button that says background. Untick the background. It gets rid of that haze in the middle. You also then want this to be very, very clear for you to understand. So I changed the colours, and I changed them all white. If you had a white background, then obviously you would change them all black. And then that gives a really clear indication of what's going on. Right, this is where it becomes technical, because for me this isn't accurate for my brain, so I need to change it. There's 2 tools that you use with Bollinger Band. One is the Bollinger Band, and the second is the relative strength index. You use them hand in hand. At the minute, it's not synchronized. You've got a 14 candle close on your relative strength index. We need to change that to 13. I know you're like, well, 13 and 14 really doesn't make a difference. It does when you are looking at it for such a long time. So you change your relative strength index to the length of 13 candles. So what it's doing now is it's taking an average of the last 13 candles. It adds them all together, what the close was, divides by 13. Then you've got the Bollinger Band, your upper and your lower, and your moving average. Moving average to me doesn't look right. It's currently on a 20 candle close. I like to set it to 30. You've then got this STD dev, which is standard deviation. So the standard deviation, you can adjust that if you wish to 3. You can adjust it to 1. You can adjust it to 2.5. However you seem fit. For me, setting it to 2 just seems perfect. So you've got a 30 moving average, which is the last 30 candles, and then you have a deviation of 2. Right then, this is where it gets even more fun. So you have what's called the mean reversion. Mean reversion. So the mean is the average, and the reversion means returning to. So as it comes down and tests this lower mark, you also see the relative strength index comes down. As it comes up and tests the upper Bollinger Band, the relative strength index goes up, obviously. When the relative strength index goes above the 70, so let's say for argument's sake 75, that is an opportunity for you to sell using the relative strength index. But what can happen is that the chart goes up and passes the Bollinger Band, but hasn't passed the 75 on the relative strength index. So technically, it's not a good time for you to make to press sell, because it's still within the Bollinger Band. So there's a chance that you could actually come down and then bump up and then go further over the Bollinger Band when the relative strength index goes over the 75. Similarly with the 30. So as you can see here, the chart has actually gone below the Bollinger Band, but it's not actually reached the 30 or the 25. So it's an indication that it's not really a good opportunity for you to buy. Then we had this retracement up and then back down. Now is a good opportunity to buy because it's below the Bollinger Band line and it's dropped down to 19. So you're coming back up, make your buying purchase, and then where does it look like it thinks it's going? Well, it needs to try and get its reversal. So you're getting the returning to average, so the mean reversion, and it's working its way back to the mean reversion. What could happen here? Well, we could get a retracement back down and create a W pattern and then up. This would make the Bollinger Band look something like this. So it's perfect for a W pattern to get in. Do you see how that works? But in order, this is for trading. This is for people that are buying and selling. So they will use the relative strength index with the Bollinger Band. You could even use the MACD as well if you want to be really, really advanced. But quite simply, that is how you use Bollinger Band. You've got an average, you've got an upper Bollinger, lower Bollinger. I've set the moving average to 30. The standard deviation is set to 2, and your relative strength index is set to 13 as opposed to 14. Those are my settings for the Bollinger Band. It is a tool, it's not something to predict the future. I hope that helps with moving you guys on to the next level of understanding Bollingers. I'll put this up as a video because I think that's quite good. I mean, yeah, for now, I'll put this up as a video and then I'll change them to a studio video because I've still got to set up my old laptop with the Streamlabs again and get all that working again. So, for you to look back on, I'll create that as a video again.